That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, that's the first time we both finished together. I mean, I finished bowling and they finished fine. Is there a full moon? Close to a full?
Yes.
I figured that. By the way, tonight's program is being translated for the hearing impaired. Well, why should they be spared the pain of the monologue? Bless you. Try to sneeze on the straight lines, not on the punch lines, because I have a late report from the newsroom that just came in. Michael Reagan just resigned as President Reagan's son and asked to be adopted by General Alexander Haig. How are you, Doctor? Fellas, how are you? How long you been waiting outside in line? Too long? I'm sorry. It wasn't a very nice day. It was kind of an overcast, one of those in-between days.
Murky.
Cloudy. Murky?
Murky.
It was murky out there.
Yeah. How murky?
Normally, we don't do that with murky. It was so murky out there today and gloomy that Doris Day kicked a dog.
Oh.
Yes. Robert Young ran around yelling, "To hell with Sankerbrand, let's have a Harvey Wallbanger." Gloomy out there. From time to time, those of you who come here, nice enough, come and see the show, we like to give you some tips, things to do out here in the valley. We are in the San Fernando Valley at Burbank, and you don't have to go in to eat at Chasen's or any of the big restaurants. We've got the famed Restaurant Row right here in the city of Burbank. They just opened a new bistro, Robert's French Cuisine and Transmission Exchange. It is not, it's not a 4-star restaurant. Let me put it that way. They serve a Dom Perignon,
Yeah.
light with a picture of Norm Crosby on the label. I mean, there are not too many French restaurants, though, where you can enjoy Duck L'Orange and play Space Invaders at the same time. That's, Anyway, we just got back from New York.
Yes, sir.
You didn't come back on the same plane.
No. If I did, you missed me.
Yes, and you're not easy to miss. Well, I waited too long to... I don't like to travel with it. The plane has to roll a long ways. Get off. I waited too late to get a reservation on a first-class airline.
Uh-oh.
American, United, TWA were booked. I came back on one of those... I won't even tell you the airline. Well, why not? Trans Debris. It was one of those super saver flights. They have a K plane. New K plane, and it is a no-frills flight. No, I'm talking no frills.
Boy.
Up on the restroom, you know, where they usually says ocupado. They don't even have the money for that. They just said instead they tell you while you're in the bathroom to whistle. And the food they served on that airline was terrible.
You mean bad?
Bad food, yeah. Stewardess said that in case of emergency, the meatloaf could be used as a flotation device. Put it around your neck and pull down. Well, Wire Services had a picture today that made every paper. I saw it in the New York paper. I saw it in the Los Angeles Times when I got back here. President Reagan at Notre Dame commencement. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Giving the commencement day speech, and Pat O'Brien was there, who received an honorary degree, and that was the picture with us in the paper. Because they did, as you know, the Newt Rockne story, where Reagan played George Gipp,
right,
and Pat O'Brien played the famous coach, Newt Rockne. And you see in the paper where the president was hugging Pat O'Brien? Most people don't know that while he was hugging Pat O'Brien, he whispered to Pat that he was cutting his Social Security tomorrow. That was the... Well, it's nice to see the president in good health again. It really is. That's the first public appearance, I guess, since the terrible incident. And doctor said he's in good health, which prompted me today to go in for a checkup. We forget to do that. Everybody should go in once a year. I happen to go today because I needed some jokes for this monologue. I went to the NBC house physician Shakes Corona. Not a nice... All he thinks about is money. One of the patients here went to him with walking pneumonia. He charged him by the mile. I'm telling you, never trust a doctor that takes your blood pressure with a bicycle pump. I found out he once lost his license. He was arrested in the middle of a physical when he asked a woman patient to cough. Not a good doctor. I wish I hadn't gone there. In the paper today, there was an article that said Nancy Reagan cannot declare herself First Lady on her income tax return. Apparently, when she filed, she had written in First Lady. And according to the IRS, she had to declare herself as housewife. True. And I guess you could say that Nancy Reagan is your everyday, ordinary housewife. If you believe that, I also have a condo on the edge of a Florida sinkhole I would like to unload. I also have a joke on the edge of a sinkhole. That's right. I guess she would be an average housewife. On her tax return, she listed 3 dependents: Gucci, Pucci, and Fiorucci. Big stores. Did you see what else the president did over the weekend? He went to George Washington University, where the Joffrey Ballet was giving a performance. And as you know, President Reagan, one of his sons, Ron, is a dancer with the Joffrey Ballet. And it was a charity performance. And it was an interesting performance. Just before the show, the choreographer told Ron to go out there and do a tour jeté for the Gipper.
Where was that sinkhole?
Going to Federal Express that joke to that sinkhole. No, but it's a weird sight backstage. Watching the Secret Service men standing around in their tutus with their holsters showing. That's a little weird. Well, it had to happen. Fernando Valenzuela.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally. Look, shows the man is only human, right? And Tommy Lasorda, the manager of the Dodgers, told him today about an old baseball tradition in America. Whenever a pitcher loses a game, he turns back the first year's salary. Fernando, you see, the Mexican fans were really upset. You know, they demanded his ears. Okay. Take the translation off for the hearing impaired. And put it back on for the ones who can hear. We had a good show tonight. Mr. Alan Alda is with us tonight. Yeah. And Mr. David Brenner is here. So we'll be right back. Thank you.